Let's get into Trevor Bauer, man. Right now, we're going to talk about something that came out earlier this week before the whole restraining order case was heard and seen or whatever. I'm talking about the Washington Post story titled Dodger star Trevor Bauer on leave amid assault probe was subject to previous protection order. They allege that Trevor Bauer had a protection order against him in the past. So here is a quote. An Ohio woman sought the order in June 2020 after repeated threats from the then Cincinnati Reds pitcher, according to the lawyer and records separately obtained by the Post. Photographs independently obtained by the Post also showed bruises on the woman's face and blood in her eyes, which her attorney said were caused by Bauer punching and choking her during sex without consent. Sounds very similar to what happened with the current case that we're hearing right now. A police report obtained by the Post shows that in 2017, 3 years before, during an incident in Bauer's apartment, that same woman, this is when Bauer was with the Indians, tried to show cops photos of her eyes, injuries to her eyes that she said were caused by Bauer. I don't know if they looked at the injuries or not. Doesn't say anything regarding that. What it does say is that they arrested her for underage drinking. The Post also obtained copies of messages Bauer, I'm quoting the piece again, copies of messages Bauer allegedly sent the woman, which her lawyer said prompted her to seek an order of protection. Quote, this is what the messages say. I don't feel like spending time in jail for killing someone, reads one of the messages. And that's what would happen if I saw you again. This is something that Bauer says. Bauer's lawyer and agent called the allegations categorically false. Then some text messages were released and Bauer went on social media and was like, oh, you want to see text messages? And he posted some messages that this girl was sending him. And if you go through it, I'll link it on the description below. You could check it out. It was about going to see Bauer. I think he had started a game. It was like almost 3 a.m. or something. She was like 4 hours away. And he told her, don't come to see me. I don't want to see you anymore. Like, this is over, blah, blah, blah. And she just took it upon herself and went to go see him and was narrating the whole thing on a text message the whole time. Like, I need to see you. I need to see you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was a lot, man. At the same time, and we'll talk about this in a minute or so, she did seek an order of protection against him. So 2 times Bauer's been accused of this. Is it that he's a violent person and we're seeing that he can be violent during sex when given permission at least? Or are these women legitimately scared? That's kind of like where I'm torn right now, because obviously I'm not there. I can't make those decisions. But at the same time, like, one time you could say maybe she's trying to get something out of it, but twice, I don't know. Is it a coincidence or is this a pattern of behavior? You know what I mean?
I mean, what he likes to do sexually is a thing. That's a fetish, right? So only reason I don't think it's on the same breath as people who actually, beat their wives when they're in an argument is because if it's happening there, it's almost like I can't make the connection that he would actually bash someone's head in due to an argument or just like an altercation or something, because it's almost like he's almost smarter than that. He's not coming off clean out of this, but he's almost like smarter than getting involved in something like that. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. But then at the same time, and I've said this before, I'm thinking of the sticky substance. He could be a narcissist. He could think I'm so smart that I'm not going to get caught. I'm not going to get trouble. I'm not going to get in trouble for this.
I think that's what he was like, definitely.
Personality. Yeah. Like when he was closing his eyes and throwing a pitch and stuff like that. Like but I don't know.
He reminds me of in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Dennis Reynolds. They have an episode like in season 13 or 14 where he's trying to explain to everybody like, how do you get consent through text messages? He's like, all these girls sent me text messages through their phone. Like, I got consent, but like you find out Dennis Reynolds actually he's a creep. Like he's like a psychopath. that's starting to play out like.
Yeah. So basically, we wanted to put this out there so that everybody knows that he has been accused of what he's currently being accused of in his current case in the past. So consider it could be a pattern of behavior. Maybe Bauer's just an abuser. I don't know. Or maybe this is just something that these people asked for. This is a guy who makes millions of dollars and is gullible enough to like put himself in these kinds of situations where he could get into trouble. I don't know, man.